Hey YouTube, it's me Marisa, and I'm just coming back with a 6-week baby update. Yes, I did have the twins. I ended up having them at 35 weeks, with one being 4 pounds 12 ounces and the other being 4 pounds 1 ounce. By the time we left the hospital, the 4 pounds 1 ounce twin actually dropped down to 3 pounds 10 ounces, and the other one dropped down to 4 pounds 5 ounces. This update, before I had them, I actually went into the hospital for preterm labor right before my baby shower. And I ended up being on bed rest for about 2 months before they decided to take the twins away, because Neheli, the girl twin, her heart rate was over 200, like in a 200 rate, for over 3 hours. And they were scared that I was developing an infection since I was dilated for so long in the hospital. They just decided, well, this is not good, so we're going to deliver you right now in 45 minutes. Call whoever you can call right now and let them know you're going to deliver your twins today. And that day was November 29th, and it was around 2:52 that they were born. I did end up having a C-section because it was just an emergency. They just randomly decided because they didn't want the infection to start. It was hard being in the hospital by myself every day. I had to look for different activities to do. I made a lot of friends with the nurses, and they didn't actually want me to leave when it was time to go. They actually really missed me. I do still keep in touch with them. I did start the progesterone and the indomethacin in the hospital because they felt like it wasn't going to do anything anyway, because I was constantly having contractions every day. It was getting worse. So they said, if I'm going to give birth, I'm going to give birth. If my water breaks, it breaks. So they just took it out, they took the pessary out, and then I stopped the medications. So I was just in the hospital getting monitored twice a day with the babies. And every week, like I normally did, I would go up for an ultrasound just to check the twins out. I actually went into labor around 26 weeks, and a little bit before that I had went into the hospital, and I stayed like a week at Bayview. It's like a John Hopkins hospital, and I stayed a week there, and then they let me back home, and then I was home for like 2 weeks. And I started feeling a lot of cramps. My stomach was hurting, so I went to take a shower. It didn't help, so I actually felt really, really bad. So my boyfriend brought a chair in the shower, and I sat on the chair, just like in the shower. We have a big, huge walk-in shower, so I sat in the chair and I let the hot water run on me. And I was just like, I hope this works, because they told me if you have contractions and if you want to know if it's real, if you're really in labor, someone told me to take a warm shower, but another lady, she told me don't do that, drink water, lay on your side. So after I got out of the shower, I drank water and I laid on my left side to see if it stopped. It did not stop. So I was like, okay, these are the real deal, but I'm going to wait it out. So I was like, I'm going to call, and my OB office did not answer. And so I was like, okay, this is the night. I'm going to sleep through it, see what happened. So I slept through it, and I couldn't sleep. I was in pain. So in the morning, I called, and they told me to come in, but I wasn't driving at the moment. I was driving, but it was just sometimes I would feel like really dizzy at the wheel. So I called my boyfriend to come home from work, and I told him, I was like, I do not feel well at all. So I just waited to my appointment. Although my boyfriend insisted that I go, I decided to wait to my appointment. My appointment said, why didn't I go to labor and delivery? So they actually did my appointment, and after it was like, we're just going to send you there just to get checked out. Okay, so I went to get checked out. They was like, most likely you'll just go home, whatever, you know. I went there. They said, you're 3 centimeters dilated. We are rushing you to another hospital that accommodate twins at this amount of weeks that you are. We can't take your twins if you do give birth. Sorry about that. So, they end up transporting me by helicopter, and long story short, end up staying there for 2 months. If you want to hear the labor and delivery story, you can just comment below and tell me if you would like to hear it. Got home from having the twins. They didn't have to go stay in the NICU or anything like that, and it's been a journey. It's been hard. We didn't have any strollers. We just had the car seats, which we got last minute, like 2 days before I gave birth. We got the car seats. Well, my boyfriend, because I was in the hospital. Some cousins gave us bassinets, and it was not set up. So when I got home, we had to set it up, and it was just, everything was, I was not ready to have them. We were not prepared. I didn't go to my baby shower, and most of the things that I got were clothes, so that helped. But my babies were really small, so they couldn't fit any of the clothes anyway. So we had to go out and buy clothes. We just bought a couple of preemies, and it was extremely hard to find preemies, so we just found like maybe 5 preemie outfits at Walmart, because we didn't want to go anywhere too far with them. When I had them, I had to weigh in the upper 200s. I know for sure, because like 24 weeks or 26 weeks maybe, I was weighing 165. So, and I had them at 35 weeks. So, if you do the math, I was heavy. So, yeah. I went to my 6-week appointment, and right now I'm wearing 156 on the doctor's scale. I don't have a scale yet. She did give me the go-ahead for sex and other things like that, and I did choose to get the Mirena. I don't really know much about it, but my doctor suggested it. It should last for 5 years. I did have an in-home nurse come in like yesterday or 2 days ago, and she did suggest that maybe I should do the patch just in case something does happen, that it implants in my body or something like that. Just, you know, anything happens that I won't be able to have kids in the future. She did suggest that maybe I try the patch out. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but my appointment to get the Mirena is in about 2 weeks. My girl twin, her name is Neheli. She was actually born with breech, and she had been breech for over a month, and she was footed breech, meaning her foot was stuck in my cervix. So now we have to get a scan for her hips to see if they're normal or if she will have any problems in the future. Her feet do go a little bit outwards, but we will see when we have the appointment and see what happened. Thinking. Okay, well, I should show you them first. So, let's see. They're in there. They're laying on me. Okay, this one is Neheli. Neheli. Say hi, YouTube. She's like, what is that? This one's Nioh. His little sleepy fat head. Are you photo bombing? Video bombing? This is how small they are. They are, when I took them to the pediatrician, it was on January 5th. She was saying they were weighing a little bit more than 6 pounds, both of them. Neheli, she is the bigger twin, as you can see. She's the Biggerton. He's the smaller one, very light, chubby, right? But he has all the fat in his face, and that's where I tend to gain weight, in my face. She's a little bit chubby. Hey, you crying for your poop? Huh? Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you. I am breastfeeding. But I don't do it as much because my twins do have latching problems, so I use a breast shield, which works wonders because they do have a hard time latching, and plus it doesn't cause my nipples to be very sensitive. I also pump. I pump a lot. Sometimes I pump every 2 hours. Sometimes I pump every 4 hours, all depending. Sometimes I make 7 to 8 ounces. Sometimes I'm only making 2, 3, 4 ounces. So right now my milk is all over the place. I do also formula feed, recommended from the hospital and the pediatrician, and I'm using Similac Neosure for preemies. And the pediatrician wanted us to give them it after each feeding an ounce, but I don't know, every time I give my babies formula, they make a weird face, like they want to throw it up, and they actually do throw some up, and they just like, they know what's my breast milk and from what's the formula. They definitely know. They make the weirdest face ever. It's actually pretty funny, but they're just like, why are you giving me this, like, punishment? You know, but they do need it. They told me after, when I go for their next appointment, they can tell me if I will be able to stop the formula or not, depending if they gain weight. But I mostly breastfeed, so I don't really think it's the formula that's helping them, but we'll see. Right now, they are drinking 3 ounces, but they are starting to drink 4, 5 ounces, and it's crazy because they drink it, but their bodies can't handle it, so they end up throwing it up, and it's just a whole mess because they do sleep in their bassinets, but sometimes I do bring them in my bed, and they are constantly throwing up on me, on their bassinet, on the bed, and it's really, really, really nasty. Neheli, say hi. She has been starting to sleep really long, like maybe 4 or 5 hours. Right now she's up. She's kind of hungry. I fed them 2 ounces right now just to calm them down, right? And they told me to take breaks when feeding them so they won't throw up. So that's what we're doing right now. We're waiting like 30 minutes so I can feed her the rest of the milk and feed him the rest of the milk. But as you see, that 2 ounces helped him just to go to sleep. Neo, he is not sleeping throughout the night. He actually is the worst. I have not been able to get any sleep because he just randomly wakes up screaming to the top of his lungs, just screaming, crying. So I'm trying to do everything. Sometimes our boyfriend wakes up to help. Sometimes he just does not hear it, or he turns the other way, and it's just me, and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, right? I'm talking about your brother. You don't like that? And it's hard. Give me 1 second. But that is the mommy life, I guess. The mommy life. Postpartum bleeding. I forgot to talk about that. Postpartum bleeding. I bled really light from after surgery. I was bleeding a lot. I was bleeding so much. I was clotting that they didn't let me see my babies for maybe over 8 hours because it was that bad, and they told me I had to stay in recovery because they wanted to make sure that the bleeding gets under control. After I went upstairs, my bleeding was about medium to light, and it was when I came home, it was light. It was just like spotting on and off, on and off. And it did that to 3 weeks. On and off, on and off. And then the 3 weeks, it was like it will go away and then come back. And then go away and then come back. Like I'll have a couple days without bleeding, and then it will come back. A couple days without bleeding, and then on the 5th week, the day before, like the ending of the 4th week, the beginning of the 5th week, I started spotting again, but then it turned heavy. So I figured it was my period. So when I did go to my OB, she said it probably was my period, and it stopped after 7 days. It stopped after 7 days, which was long for me because normally my period lasts like 4 or 5 days. So it lasted about 7 days, and she told me I might still have some type of spotting here and there because I am breastfeeding, so it could last a whole lot longer. Yeah, she told me about getting the Mirena and things like that, so I can hold off on having any more twins or babies right now, because it is a lot of work. Babies are a lot of work. And it's just me at home in the day taking care of the twins, so it's a lot. A lot. So the babies have been constipated a lot. I mean, like, what to know your baby's constipated, you check their poop, and if you see like hard balls, you can tell. So I have been giving them pear juice. That's what the pediatrician told me, no more than 1 ounce a day, and it's helped a little bit, but I'm thinking of trying prune juice instead, just because they're still, sometimes when they poop, they're actually screaming from it, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad. For Pampers and things like that, I'm not using the Pampers brand because it actually broke up my daughter really, really bad, extremely bad. So I'm currently using Huggy products, which have been working pretty well. And yeah, with the babies, here's the babies right here. I noticed they're more alert. They start to look at things more. Like if I move around the room, they will follow. If I move things around, bless you, bless you, bless you. They would follow. Also, they grab a lot of things. They will grab onto my sleeve, tug it. They will grab onto my boyfriend's neck, grab onto their twin. They grab each other, hit each other, all kind of crazy things. So, yeah, they have been doing that. They do have bad gas though. What else? Bath time. They do really well in bath time. Neheli moves a lot in bath time, so you have to like really hold her down to give her a bath. It's just like hold her down or she's gonna like submerge under. Neo, he relaxes in the water. He's just like, this is a spa. This feels so wonderful. I'm loving it. They love to be held, picked up. Sometimes they just cry because they want you to pick him up or lay with them. Neheli likes to cuddle with me, and Neo likes to cuddle with his dad. I feel like he looks more like his dad's family. She looks like me. You look like me? She's like, I'm just sucking my bottle. Oh, with boobs. I know some people wonder like how big are their boobs are gonna grow from pregnancy and what kind of bras to get. I have been getting just sports bras. You can see I'm wearing a sports bra right now because right now just getting a real bra is just a lot of work, because before pregnancy I was a 34B and I brought a whole bunch of cute bras before I got pregnant, and then my boobs started getting bigger from the pregnancy, and after the pregnancy I couldn't fit anything. And some of the sports bras that I did have, I couldn't fit anymore, so I just brought like a couple more sports bras, and I'm able to fit those comfortably. And I did use a measuring tape, and it showed that I am now a 32 triple D, which is huge for me and my body. And it's just hard finding that size in the stores, so I just wear a sports bra. And plus it's actually better for me. It's actually better for me because it feels comfortable, and I don't know, I like sports bras. And the nursing pads that I'm using, the Mandela ones. I did use the Babies R Us ones, but trying to be cheap, I didn't even look at the brand. I just picked up a box, and I did not like it at all. Like, I was leaking from it and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't good. So I just picked up the Mandelas, and I have been loving them. I do not leak with them at all. Some people complain they're too thick, they're too bulky or whatever, but it looks seamless under here. You can't even tell. So I don't know. What else? Oh, my tummy. My tummy has a lot of stretch marks. I have been using stretch mark cream. I have been using a couple products that I found online to get rid of them. I'm going to show you my tummy in a few. It's really nasty. I was debating about showing it because it's disgusting, but I don't like it. My boyfriend likes the extra weight on me, but I just would like to lose a couple bit more, or maybe just my tummy, and I would be happy with that. And my stretch marks are starting to diminish and fade from what I have been using, so I guess it's okay. So I'm going to show you my tummy now. Okay, so here is my tummy. Hope you can see that. It's still very dark. As you can see the difference, it's very dark. Let's see if I can get a better view. Let's see. Sorry, my room is not all that light, but I think I have. Alright, this is a good view right here. So my stretch marks doesn't look that bad. This is how it looks like this. And my C-section scar, actually, let's see how I can, there we go, you can kind of see that, right here, looks pretty flat, you can see, it's very flat, it looks like nothing, but it does create that little bit of extra skin right there, which I have to work out to get off, but I can exercise now, so I will be doing that. But I think it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look too bad, but the stretch marks are horrible, and it's still discolored. When I was pregnant, my face was extremely dark. I am not going to insert a picture because people that knew me did not recognize me when they came to see me in the hospital. But right after I had them, I started to lighten back up again. But my stomach is still dark. It has lightened up, but yeah. And I guess I can show you the twins again, since they want to be seen. Alright. Say hello. So here's Neheli. It's a close-up of Neheli right here. Hey, are you running away from the camera? She's like, yes. Yes, Neheli. She has like the craziest hair, just like her dad's. She's giving me like the weirdest face right now. So, She's like, what is this? Okay, I'm gonna show you Neo. Okay, this is Neo right here. Neo. There you go. Neo. He's like knocked out. He's like really knocked out. Say hi, Mr. Fat Face. Yeah, that's Neo. Hey YouTube, so this is my 6-week update. I probably left some things out, I'm not sure, but anything else you want to know, just please let me know. A couple people asked me to do more pregnancy updates, but I'm not pregnant anymore. So, yeah. Also, one more thing is that hair texture. When I was pregnant, my hair actually got really loose. It got really long. I actually got a cut right after getting out the hospital because it got extremely dry. But now I'm out and it's actually much curlier. I feel like it has way more curls than before, and it's much easier to manage. Like the roots are like really easy and everything like that, but I am starting to notice just a tiny bit of shedding because I never used to have shedding before, maybe like 1 or 2 strands, but now I actually got like a tiny ball, so I'm like, is this starting? I'm not sure. But I forgot one more thing. Some people like to know about sex drives and after having a baby and things like that, and what I have to say is that some people they don't like to have any intercourse for several months after having a baby, or they feel like their sex drive is really low or things like that. But for me, I would have to say that is definitely not the case. It has actually risen a lot, and it's it's out of control. So it's not always true that after having a baby you don't want to be intimate with your partner. So I just wanted to say, for other people out there, that there are ladies out there that their sex drives actually increase and that they want to have sex more. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever that you would like. So yeah, thank you.